All right, guys, here we are for the season finale of Season 2. Season 2, Episode 22, Becoming Part 2.
22 of 2, Part 2. I hate this.
Did you?
Yeah, so this is interesting, and I want to be very careful and very clear about what I mean by that. I tried to transport myself back to being a teen or adolescent or whatever.
Okay.
And I feel like had I seen this, I would have just never watched the show again.
Really?
Because I was gonna say does everybody love this shit? What's going on?
Well, this is a prime reason people don't like Xander. In this episode,
he did a bad thing.
He in quotes, withholds the truth. Doesn't really lie. Well, he does lie, I guess, because he doesn't. He says Will says kick his ass or whatever.
He's directly facing the truth and then goes nope. So that I would call that a lie. Yes.
I don't know that honestly is that big of a thing. Yes, it is bad in I guess. I don't know how good of a friend thing that is, but there's also the part you have to be thinking about where it's had you given her that information, she might have been pulling her punches and died. This group already did kill one Slayer in this 24-hour period. She's dead.
Yeah.
You don't want Buffy to die too. So I can understand the No, I have to keep her head clear. She's being in the fucking game.
I understand too. Bad people always have justifications for their actions, and that's what we're saying here. What I want to say though is that not because I hated the episode so much, but just because I was like part 2 was just more of part 1. There's too much shit in there. I don't like it. It doesn't make sense. I hate what they did with all these people, and I wouldn't have been fuck that show, but I would have just lost interest. You used to have to know what channel it was on and what time it was on, and make an effort to watch it. I feel like I would have seen a commercial and been like, oh, does she get off the bus? Oh my God, I can't wait. And I just
as far as cliffhangers go, it really does not have one.
This feels fake season 1 into season 2, not oh, the show has been greenlit for a thing. I was like, what the fuck?
I don't know, but there are elements here that I think definitely wowed me on my first view.
There's good stuff too. Yes.
Like Spike getting out of the wheelchair, teaming up with Buffy and all that jazz. That's super good. I like the Spike character, and this is where Spike kind of starts to be the Spike that I really do like.
The Spike that I don't technically know about yet.
Yes,
exactly. No, I love that. I love his, the weird, it's not really a triangle, but it's some sort of, where he's and Buffy's reaction, oh, just because your girlfriend's a big hoe, we have to do this now, all this thing. This is cool.
Oh, yes, no, definitely. He's going to kill her.
Oh, well.
Just walks away.
Right, proving that he doesn't care about the world being sucked into hell. He only wanted Drew, right? As he, as she calls him out and says, wait, it isn't about that. Oh no. Yes.
But I did like his speech and how he said it. He's like, I like the world. We got off-track betting or whatever he says.
Manchester United, whatever he's all naming, dropping stuff. Yes, which makes sense because this is always part of the whole plan for vampires. Is that's why I like the line in Blade, these people are our food, and you're like, well, yes, so don't enslave them and destroy them and do whatever. So
you can enslave them and still be food, but if you kill them, they're gone.
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen if they get sucked into hell.
Yeah,
right?
I'm just not a big fan of that demon in general, because
stupid looking gargoyle.
Yeah, I would have liked if something happened other than his mouth, because he gets unimprisoned in quotes, like you remove the sword, he's not bound anymore. I would have liked and I get it because it's budgetary and it's the time. You couldn't have it crackle like he's a gargoyle coming out of the stone, which is what everybody wants.
Coming out.
You just have his jaw open and a portal come from it.
Yeah, it's like a stretch warp tool is and did a thing. It was like a music video.
That's a little less than impressive.
Yes.
But you do get the good things of Angel comes back. She gets to feel he is back, and this is definitely him. It's not a scam, but I have to end him.
He said the safe
just
word.
so
Yes,
I can
we
get
knew
this.
it was Yes. No, it's because Whistler is poking around Giles' apartment.
Whistler's a
and
fucking idiot.
gives her stupid advice where it's what the okay. So now he and. Because I watched it and I'm like, was that the only way to solve this problem? But Whistler does say that's how you solve this problem. But I'm like, how the fuck? This is so dumb. Okay, what is happening?
Yeah.
You just need his blood on the sword, right? What's going on? I don't understand.
Yeah.
I hate it. Yes. I understand. Okay, people are supposed to be like, oh no, but it's Angel, and oh no. But I hated Angel and Buffy more than any of the other couples. So once he broke bad, I was like, now we have a game going. This is awesome. So this pathetic
And Jealous was fun.
Yeah.
And It honestly, like, he's angelus for shorter than I even recall. Like,
Yeah,
I felt like it was longer than it is now. But like, whatever. I could do it, or like, go with it or go without it. Like, I'm much more a fan of the Creature of the Week than I am any of the overarching plots anyway. That's just who I am. I'm that kind of guy, watching my X-Files, watching my Buffy, doing my thing. Because the plot, I think more often than not, in a show that has a plot and Monster of the Weeks, the plots generally kind of just come to a conclusion where like, oh, it's over.
I guess that actress doesn't want to be on the show anymore. Yes,
yeah.
those types of
and
things.
like, there are some amazing season finales in Buffy to come.
Okay.
I won't say this is one of them, but I do think being at what stage it was in the show, it did set up things, and it like got people believe in certain stuff, and like, you're like, oh, that character could be fun, bring him back into this stuff with Spike, and like, oh no, Angel's in a hell dimension, this is horrible.
Do you know if they didn't know if they were coming back when this happened?
I don't think they ever know if they're coming back until the after, but
there you go.
I guess some shows do go like, you're signed for 3 seasons,
yeah,
but I don't think Buffy was ever one of those shows.
Because this feels so. Ironically, I think 2 or 3 times this season I've been like, that episode was dope. It felt like a season finale. And now this episode, I was like, I hate this episode. This episode sucks compared to like those other episodes.
You didn't like when Joyce finds out that she's the Slayer?
No, because Joyce gets like brain worms right after. She saw a vampire die, and she's fighting with Buffy as if like she's not, she doesn't like understand what's actually happening.
Well,
It's
I think
so
she
dumb.
literally doesn't. She now knows by force seeing of this happening that there are vampires. But I think it's hard to ever explain to someone that like the world is on the line. Like go from I learned there are vampires to like, and they're gonna kill everyone is a bit of a jump. And then especially to be like, and my daughter's the only one that can solve this. Let's call the police. Why are you doing this?
Yeah, but she says like, oh, it's because he didn't have a good fight. It's all that like Bryan Singer X-Men
stuff.
Yeah,
have you tried not being?
Have you tried not being the Slayer and all those like funny things? But then they get in some weird fight where I'm like, what are these like emotions turning on their head like this?
Oh no, I honestly like I could see a lot of that stuff playing out that way in things. Like you're so mad that someone might get hurt that you'll say something stupid, and that's happened. I've definitely said dumb things when really being like I want this to be okay type of thing, and I could see a mother overreacting in that way. Like that didn't like, because some things hit me the wrong way, and like it's like, oh, that's the taste. Oh, it's terrible.
If she had said, I don't care if you're the Slayer, you need to be safe. I don't want you to do that.
But that's a rational thought that at that
cool.
moment I don't think you'd be having rational thoughts.
Okay, but like, this is always the thing where like in things happen, but this one got me instead of you. Usually these things get you.
No, I agree.
You're like, oh, that's illogical, and I'm like, yeah, I hate this. Like, wait,
I think when things are illogical and they're not like catching you completely off guard, like when people are just like, this is a Tuesday and you made a really retarded decision, like, what are you doing? I'm like, why didn't you think that through? Like, I have no forgiveness for things. But when it's like, I just found out that my daughter is a supernatural being, someone died in front of us, she killed them, they were a vampire, that guy, I hit him in the head with an axe once? Who the fuck?
That's, by the way, an awesome little like side thing. Where she's like, do I know you? Because she wouldn't recognize him necessarily because he was vamped up. Vamped up and whatever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You got the payoff with Snyder. Where like, aside from expelling her, he's like, he kind of tips his hand of knowing like what you kind of want him to know, because he says like, call the mayor, the job is done.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
I didn't even.
Right after he's expelled her. He calls the mayor's office, but I think like a secretary or somebody answers, and he goes, tell the mayor the job is done, or something into those words.
I thought he was calling like, oh, Buffy is here now, like, get her or something. I know he didn't say those words. I forgot what words he used, but I took it like he was just calling in like, oh, she's, like she's she's here or something like that.
As I took it is like, not that she's here, it's that she's leaving. She's done. I've expelled her. She's gone. Yeah.
Because she can't just go live in the woods and still kill vampires. No, the Snyder thing was weird. So it opens with like the cops.
Yes.
Where I was like, I hope it just doesn't open with cops or something. And like,
well, it ended with cops, so it kind of had to.
No, but I mean, like, it's just literally cops again.
Yeah.
And she goes incognito, like H3. She just has like a beanie on, and they're all like, I don't know where Buffy is now and all that stuff. But like right in the beginning, it's like crazy amped up. Where I was like,
oh yeah.
Well, so I was like, aha, there is something. These cops work for Snyder, because why is the principal there? And And why are they fucking shooting at this high schooler? What the fuck's going
That's
on?
just illogical TV bullshit.
Yeah, like there must be a fucking plot that's going to be uncovered.
But Buffy does assault a police officer. I like that. She does look back. You don't know if Xander's okay. He's on the ground laying there, like in the same fashion that our dead Slayer is laying there. Willow is unseen at the moment. Giles is unseen at the moment. Cordelia's unseen at the moment. Like, more people are MIA than are
Cordelia's still running.
Yeah.
Wherever she is. Yes. No, that too, because Xander should have been like, oh no, Buffy didn't do this, but the cops are like still like Xander's fine, but hasn't been questioned. Like, I guess they just don't believe, because they should say like, oh, she's like a suspect. She we're not like trying to shoot her still, right?
Yeah. Well,
what's going on?
I could understand it still because. The Snyder would definitely be like, those are her cohorts, those are her friends, they're all bad. There's a dead body here, you assaulted an officer, and you ran from the police. So even if you had everyone there going, no, she didn't do it, you're still getting interviewed or charged with assault. Yeah,
if you were thinking of it like, Snyder's, in on it, and the cops work for him, and they're bad guys, then yes. But I didn't get that.
I didn't even mean
piece of it or whatever.
That they work for him. In that his testimony would be, she's a bad seed. These are her criminal element friends. Don't trust what they say.
So then Xander should have handcuffs on or something.
There'd be no proof that he did anything necessarily.
But Snyder said that they're cohorts or something.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't know. It didn't like sell to me as like this.
But he was also passed out at the time.
That would actually happen or whatever.
Yeah. No, none of it's real.
I know, but like,
I mean, even in this world, it does strike you as odd. It comes across as fake.
Because she's gonna come back into town, and that portal's opening at some point, I guess. But like we're gonna have to like undo all this, just like at the start of season 2. It's like Willow and Xander hanging out and all that shit, and then Buffy's just like, "Hey kids," and like shows up. Oh, okay, we're gonna have to do that shit again. Except she's like a wanted woman, has to clear her name. She's like wanted for like attempted murder, right? She's still wanted for murder.
Well, I think it would be at least
now we have to like
potentially
undo all
murder.
That. Yeah,
resisting arrest, assaulting an officer. And smoking.
And don't forget those school infractions. Yeah, it just seems like a lot to undo and some ponderous.
Yes.
It's probably just going to be like, oh, this. Part of me was like, okay, this is like not real. This is some sort of weird nightmare dream or like you were sucked into hell already, and this is like the hell where like, oh no, Willow might die, and like this is that. And
yeah, Willow was in a coma briefly.
Yeah, she got destroyed by knowledge. Was dropped upon her.
Yeah,
so hard.
I did like. There's a moment where like Xander's like emptying his heart of like, I'm your friend, I love you, and blah blah. Oz, yeah, I'm right here, baby.
That was weird too, because he seems to like profess his love finally to her, and she's just like cucking him in her like unconscious state and says Oz, and I'm like, that sucks. That's like harsh, I guess. Like, hey, like you missed your chance. The train left the station. You gotta, hey, like you gotta shoot your shot when the time. And then Oz is just there. Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? How are you here? What's going on?
Oz like, also just so down to ride. Like, oh, go with Cordelia. She'll explain. Okay.
Word.
You got it, my love. Is my head big? Just head size.
And the fucking, I don't speak Latin. And she's like, you just have to read it, I hope. I don't know if you have to understand. Yeah. He's like, all right. He's like part of the ritual circle, like doing the things.
They needed another body.
And like, is Latin phonetic? Can you sound it out? I don't know.
I doubt it.
The most minorest of points. Willow gets like possessed by like the spirit of Akunishu or whatever, and starts to like speak in tongues. Yeah. And looks badass.
Nails it.
I'm like, that's awesome. Yes.
I would like the eyes to go black.
Right.
Didn't get that, but what are you gonna do?
Someone to get turned into a rat. Just call that chick. Any problem you have, just turn him into a rat. It's so easy.
So Giles missing, being tortured. I like that. You don't really get to see what is happening to him.
I didn't like this.
I'm like, okay.
I feel like I'm saying too many things that I didn't like, but I didn't like that either. I know it's a show and it's for kids, or it's for like, what time of the day was this show on?
8?
Like prime time, right?
Yeah, and then on Sundays it was on at like 2 or 1 or something and repeat.
But there's not even like a hint. There's not even like a bloody hook or like a thing. You don't have any idea what's going on.
I'm not sure what he's doing, and he doesn't actually break him because Giles is a boss G, and he's like, you got to do it in a 2-2. Fuck you.
It was awesome.
When you see him afterward, his hand is in what looks like bolts are around his fingers, and they're in like white condoms or something. Like that's the apparatus from after his torture. Like that like is healing him somehow. And I was like, what the hell is that?
Oh, I thought he just had the weird like metal thing that goes over the fingers.
It looked like they were full, like, I'm like, okay.
I thought it was just those, so like in my head, it's just those foamy things that people get that like holds your finger in place or whatever. But yes, so like I remember fingers, I was like, okay, he was like breaking his fingers, I guess, or something. But then like show him like holding his hand, and then while while
a crack sound,
like
or something.
but like while the camera's on the face, so you don't actually see any fingers, right? That would have been fine.
Something.
We didn't get anything.
But you like see worse across the other episodes, so it's very strange to not have that. I guess they just had a time crunch and had to get it out.
I did think Giles looks like shit in like a really awesome way.
Yeah.
He had like the whatever like around the eyes and like his face. He was very much like, I'm not having a good time here. No, it was awesome.
Then they fuck with his mind, and Drew like does her juju on him, makes her look like she's Jenny, which you get to see Jenny again. Yeah, you get there while we're real popular, right? And like he spills the beans.
Yeah.
Unwittingly, but he does spill the beans.
No, and it's great. It's really well done. She like holds up her hand, and then Jenny like puts her hand down type of thing. It's like well shot.
Girls can't resist the Ripper. She's making out with him for a good while.
I was in the moment. I'm like, okay, I'm in love with Drew. That's fine. It's fine. Very sexual. Very, very tempting. Very, very hot. Fat.
Drew is pretty good too. So eventually, Xander joins Buffy in this like raid of their compound there, and he manages to get Giles out of there. I love that Giles' thing is like, you're not real. They're making me see what I want to see. Then why would they make you see me? You're real. Let's get out of here.
Good point. Good point. Yes, exactly.
I love that. Favorite lines. It's tied. It's either Angel saying like shut up, sit and spin to Spike, or when Spike says to Drew, he's like, I don't want to hurt you, and then he punches him in the face. I will, but I don't want to.
I mean, I won't, whatever, because she like hits him, and he's like, just like takes her out. Sorry, Grandma. Pow. That finale was fine. Like for a show like this, we get a nice sword fight with some stunt doubles or whatever. Yeah. It's fun. We're doing a thing.
David Boreanaz' stunt double was like very clear at one point.
There is a shot that is from like in the ceiling, and David Boreanaz' stunt double has like a much more receding hairline, I think. I might be making all this up, but I'm pretty sure I was like, aha! It's not him doing like the like crane kicks and the sword flips.
Yeah, there was a roll that ends in like shadow, but the face is not the same.
But you're like, that's not you.
That's not him.
Yeah, there's a few like that. Sometimes Buffy will be on the ground and has to like do like a kung fu move to like get up, or like do something while she's down there, and they like put some hair in her face to try to be like, this bitch is not Sarah Michelle Gellar at all. But like it's very obvious. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah. We get the like hilarious like I'm gonna catch the sword thing.
Yeah.
Did you love this?
You have no weapons. You have no friends. But I have me, or
Power
something.
of me, yes. And they do like the play it in like reverse, so it looks all weird. Yeah. Thing. She's like not moving at all. It's like a still image of it.
I don't hate it any more than I hate it every time I see it. So take that for what it is. I don't like those moves where like I close my eyes and I can hear it and catch it. Like
it seemed like her eyes were open and then closed while she was catching it. And there's no like training montage where like Giles was like, you're gonna have to fight like there was, but it was like 18 episodes ago, right? Where he was like, I have to fight in like different conditions and learn and do stuff. Right?
Yeah, I just that move in general, I'm not a fan of. You see it, and it's in like everything. Like that's a big go-to. That like, let me show you how skilled I am by slapping a blade.
Because everyone thinks that that's the coolest shit in the world. And I've
just once I'd love like fink. Like with one hand you do it?
No, I've never liked it either. There's a part in Dragon Ball Z where a dude has a sword and there's like a much more powerful dude and they go to fight and he's just fighting as if he has a sword with his two fingers. Just going ding, 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 ding and like pushing the blade out of the way and doing stuff. And I'm like, so it's not
ding like blade to fingers. No, he's literally fast enough that he pushes the blade out of the way.
Care of
That's
shit.
Pretty good.
And I was like, there you go. But it's this big cloud of like
that's what they do.
So it's whatever. But the concept's very cool.
Sure.
Everything else about that, how does it end? They're just home again. Yeah, and they're all like, gee, where's Buffy? I don't know. Oh, well. It's like fucking like, oh, maybe she's shacked up with Angel somewhere.
Well, that's almost like an homage to the first time, and she was just out with Angel and whatever.
Okay,
but like, I don't even find the running away too crazy because she almost got like all of her friends killed. She did get a friend, a fellow Slayer, killed. She had to just end her own boyfriend when he had a soul just to save the world. Her mom literally told her don't come home, and like knowing she did not. Joyce didn't mean that, but
well,
all that
we know
weighing
that,
together
but,
can be the recipe for like I got to take some time off.
I gotta get on a bus and just leave everyone I've ever known or like care about to the ravages of the Hellmouth, which I have never addressed. And therefore, whatever. No, she needs to be in the sewer, like a Ninja Turtle or somebody, like sewer urchin, being like, "This is what I do now. I hide in the shadows." She should come back as like a fake superhero version of herself,
a Ronin
just, like,
version of her.
Yeah, just like in like a disguise, being like, "Oh, I'm the Avenger, masked Avenger person now," or something like that.
Yeah,
that's kind of corny bullshit I want. I don't like this because like it makes sense that for her to like react that way.
Sure, especially if you're 16.
Yeah, and like, but it ends in like such a weird point where I'm not like thirsting. I'm kind of like annoyed. I'm like, I know she doesn't just go somewhere on a bus and start a new life there. Right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known in 1999, but I never would have watched it, so I never would have known at that point, right? That would have been my like take. So I don't know how I feel about this. I'm gonna keep watching it, obviously. But it's very much. I feel very like I don't know how to feel about this.
I was the kind of kid that would watch an episode like this where it ends with a thing. I'd be like, the show's over. They just fucking ended the show.
She's dead.
These fucking idiots. And like that would be a thing. Yeah. I remember specifically on lots of TV shows when like characters like died or I'm like, show's over. I guess it got canceled. Blah blah. It's done. And I would be on the ride.
I was gonna say like you're a few years younger than me, but still there's no excuse I think for that because like the timeline. But like when there was a commercial and it was like season 3 is coming, were you like, oh, how? It's amazing.
Well, I bet I would have been like, oh, I wonder if someone else will be the Slayer. Like
I wonder what they're gonna do. You know, Sarah Michelle Gellar like, hey, we're doing it.
Like,
now.
Oh, she'll come back like Kendra came back, and maybe she'll die.
It's just an endless chain. Yeah. No, I actually really wonder. I didn't Google anything or like do any research, but I really wonder like, were there commercials or like some way? Because like in my head, I'm like, how did people even know that shows were like coming back? You just keep watching every day, and then like eventually
there would be a thing in the TV guide that would say what shows were on the bubble, and the bubble was like, oh, is it coming back? Is it not? And then it would get revealed like, oh, these are coming back.
Okay.
And then it would also be a list of all the ones that were canceled. You'd be like, no, Freaky Links, why?
Yeah, I feel like I would just tune into the show like at same time, same day, same channel, whatever. And then, one day it would just not be a repeat anymore. And I'd be like, oh, cool. Because I was just like a TV idiot. I wasn't like keeping track of like shows or anything.
Yeah, it would be during the reruns on like the weekend. There would be a commercial like in the month leading up to it. That would be like, oh, and it'd be like that little sizzle reel of like the things that were going to be happening that season.
We'll see.
Yeah, well, we'll be back next time for season 3, episode 1.
Hello, internets. I just love watching JustDaggers. If you've enjoyed this video as much as I have, click that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.